Good morning, all my kids. I'm Auntie Cara, and this is Auntie Cara's Story Time. Today, I'm going to be reading for you a book called Roxaboxen, one of my favorites. It's written by Alice McLerran and illustrated by Barbara Cooney. I just love this book. It is so beautiful, and I keep coming back to it time and time again. For me, it really captures the magic of those worlds we all create and those special spaces in nature that really hold a place in our hearts and in our imaginations well into adulthood and really for the rest of our lives. And it really captures the importance of play and the importance of that imaginative world of childhood. So we'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to say a very special hello to my little buddy Harris, who actually helped me decide to do Roxaboxen this week. I was kind of torn between two books, and it was his choice, so credit where credit is due. Thank you, Harris, for choosing this book for us this week. And I want to introduce one other friend to you. This is my Feelings Octopus, and I don't really have a name for him other than that, but the reason I call him my Feelings Octopus is because, well, first, happy octopus, angry octopus. So I love that you can change him. It's just so much fun putting him back and forth. But he loves stories, so we'll keep him happy for today. We'll put him right up here so he can watch the story along with all of you. All right, let's dive into it. Roxaboxen. Marian called it Roxaboxen. She always knew the name of everything. There, across the road, it looked like any rocky hill, nothing but sand and rocks, some old wooden boxes, cactus and greasewood and thorny ocotillo, but it was a special place. The street between Roxaboxen and the houses curved like a river, so Marian named it the River Road. After that, you had to ford a river to reach Roxaboxen. Of course, all of Marian's sisters came. Anna May and Frances and little Jean, Charles from next door, even though he was 12, and Eleanor naturally, and Jamie with his brother Paul. Later on there were others, but these were the first. Well, not really the first. Roxaboxen had always been there and must have belonged to others long before. When Marian dug up a tin box filled with round black pebbles, everyone knew what it was. It was buried treasure. Those pebbles were the money of Roxaboxen. You could still find others like them if you looked hard enough. So some days became treasure hunting days with everybody trying to find that special kind. And then, on other days, you might just find one without even looking. A town of Roxaboxen began to grow, traced in lines of stone. Main Street first, edged with the whitest ones, and then the houses. Charles made his of the biggest stones. After all, he was the oldest. At first, the houses were very plain, but soon they all began to add more rooms. The old wooden boxes could be shelves or tables or anything you wanted. You could find pieces of pottery for dishes. Round pieces were the best. Later on, there was Town Hall. Marian was mayor, of course. That was just the way she was. Nobody minded. After a while, they added other streets. Frances moved to one of them and built herself a new house outlined in desert glass. Bits of amber, amethyst, and sea green. A house of jewels. And because everybody had plenty of money, there were plenty of shops. Jean helped Anna May in the bakery, pies and cakes and bread baked warm in the sun. There were 2 ice cream parlors. Was Paul's ice cream the best or Eleanor's? Everyone kept trying them both. In Roxaboxen, you can have all the ice cream you want. Everybody had a car. All you needed was something round for the steering wheel. Of course, if you broke the speed limit, you had to go to jail. The jail had cactus on the floor to make it uncomfortable, and Jamie was the police officer. Anna May, quiet little Anna May, was always speeding. You'd think she liked to go to jail. But if you had a horse, you could go as fast as the wind. There were no speed limits for horses, and you didn't have to stay on the roads. All you needed for a horse was a stick or some kind of bridle, and you could gallop anywhere. Roxaboxen had a cemetery in case anyone died, but the only grave in it was for a dead lizard. Each year when the cactus bloomed, they decorated the grave with flowers. Sometimes in the winter, when everybody was at school and the weather was bad, nobody went to Roxaboxen at all, not for weeks and weeks. But it didn't matter. Roxaboxen was always waiting. Roxaboxen was always there. And the spring came, and the ocotillo blossomed, and everybody sucked the honey from its flowers, and everybody built new rooms, and everybody decided to have jeweled windows. That summer, there were 3 new houses on the east slope and 2 new shops on Main Street. And so it went. The seasons changed, and the years went by. Roxaboxen was always there. The years went by and the seasons changed, until at last all of the friends had grown tall, and one by one they moved away to other houses, to other towns. So you might think that that was the end of Roxaboxen, but oh no, because none of them ever forgot Roxaboxen. Not one of them ever forgot. Years later, Marion's children listened to stories of that place and fell asleep dreaming dreams of Roxaboxen. Gray-haired Charles picked up a black pebble on the beach and stood holding it, remembering Roxaboxen. More than 50 years later, Frances went back, and Roxaboxen was still there. You could still see the white stones bordering Main Street, and there, where she had built her house, the desert glass still glowed. Amethyst, amber, and sea green. And that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. And I will see you guys next week for another episode of Storytime. Have a lovely week, and don't forget to read, and don't forget to dream. Bye-bye now.